This facility just opened for all the repair operations for GE Healthcare. We do the repairs for all types of products, diagnostic imaging, ultrasound, life care solutions. We have to get the customer equipment back up and running as soon as possible. We needed to find an on-demand solution for moving materials throughout the facility. OTTO was a perfect solution. The implementation of OTTO in the facility was a real success. We had a really good team of experts helping us implement it to our process.
We really like the on-demand nature of OTTO. It's where it needs to be when it needs to be there. Throughout its journey, it picks up parts, it takes them to the repair cells where they need to be repaired, it takes the finished goods from the repair cells to the shipping area, and then it returns back for another mission.
We're able to track the progress. We can see if there's jobs listed ahead of us, how soon to expect them, and the route he's going to take to get to us.
What we really like about OTTO is that it doesn't need to be tied to something that is in the floor, like magnetic strips. They can make a decision to turn and take different routes depending on where it needs to go.
Occasionally, we meet up with OTTO in the aisleways, and he works right around us. It's very helpful with the directional lights. We always know what he's doing, and he's aware of us being in the vicinity.
The really nice thing about the way OTTO charges is that it has its own battery management. It knows when the opportune time is for it to charge, and it will charge as much as it can until it has to go on another mission. From a flexibility standpoint, that's great because we don't have to remove it from operation to hook it up to a charger.
My experience with OTTO so far has been really good. The pickup times have been really quick. The kiosk is very simple to use. With every software update we get, it just keeps getting better and better.
HeroTech America is a provider of weld assembly equipment for the automotive industry, working with Ford, FCA, GM, Honda, Toyota. We have a goal of 24/7 production. No lights, no operators. Spare parts is one area that I thought we could actually go out and try to achieve this. The current process that we're using OTTO to replace is a manual process to create black oxide on small parts to provide a corrosion-resistant surface.
Currently, OTTO is being used as material transport from station to station. At each one of those stations, we have a dual-arm robot on top that's performing various tasks in the black oxide process. Being that OTTO is a robot, it's going to do the same thing exactly the same way every time. We're seeing much more consistent parts at the end of the process. The real difficulty with doing the black oxide process manually was process timing. The operators of the black oxide process were just whoever was free from the machine shop. There really was no dead set operator, so it frees them up to do much more value-added tasks.
Based on the results that we're seeing to date and further testing, we truly believe that we have operations around the globe that would be interested in seeing how they can implement it in for part movement, part setup, part transfer from cell to cell. I think there's a very good opportunity for that to happen.
OTTO was up and running around our facility within a day. In less than a week, we had it running around between our different stations. We wouldn't have to change any of the infrastructure of our buildings to get OTTO to work. There's no tape that we need to put down on the floor. There's no hard set paths that it'll follow like a traditional AGV. The automotive support team has been very helpful with any issues that may come up.
After the first implementation, the OTTO team was actually capable of logging into our system and looking at what we might be having problems with. Based on that, they were able to go back and generate some new code and make improvements. HeroTech's always looking forward to what's the next technology that's going to take over the industry. Using the OTTO platform with the robot tied to it is providing us the opportunity to test and prepare future systems to meet our goals of zero operators for spare parts.
Here at the Repair Operations Center, we repair many different medical devices. The OTTO robots move material from our storage locations to the technicians, and then they take it from there to the shipping area. This allows the technicians to focus more on preparing the items that need to get back out into the field.
We move paper all over the plant, and moving that raw material from press to press requires a lot of hands on deck. We have a lot of people that are specialized on some of these pieces of equipment, and we don't want them spending their time transferring paper from one area to another.
Now with OTTO, it's 30 seconds. I load my printed material, send it off, and I get to keep the machines running a lot longer. It keeps the people on task with what they're trained to do, and it makes the company more efficient.
OTTO was up and running around our facility within a day. There's no tape that we need to put down on the floor. There's no hard set paths that it'll follow like a traditional AGV. Currently, OTTO is being used as material transport from station to station. At each one of those stations, we have a dual arm robot on top that's performing various tasks in the black oxide process. Being that OTTO is a robot, it's going to do the same thing exactly the same way every time. We're seeing much more consistent parts at the end of the process.
What's exciting about this is this mimics technology that we see in some of our large autonomous vehicles, a Caterpillar.
And it avoids the risk from a safety perspective of somebody getting hurt or injured, moving boxes around,
Correct.
Therefore, because of the autonomy.
Correct.
So it's great to see technology in action.
We have been bringing people by who have been in the packaging industry for decades, and to watch their mouth drop open is quite exciting. You can see immediately that they're thinking, this is an option I never knew was available. OTTO delivers scalability, flexibility, and profitability in your manufacturing facility.